Many of you don't know who I am, and that's okay, because I'm about to tell you. We often refer to Mr. Iqbal Ahmed as Abu Tariq. I have the extremely good fortune of being that Tariq. I'm his eldest son, and I'm here today to honor my father. I'm going through a strange mix of emotions right now as I stand before you. I'm sad, and I'm proud. I'm relieved, but I'm worried. And I'm trying to figure out how to say everything about him that I want in 5 minutes, which is like being asked to drill a well in one day. It's not possible. Well, it's probably possible for Iqbal Ahmed, but not for me. But I'll do the best I can. He's a loving father who has stopped at nothing to provide for his family and for everyone he has come into contact with. He presents a serious, no-nonsense approach at times, but really he's a big softy at heart. If you don't believe me, just ask my sister. If she makes a request, he will give in no matter what. And you've probably all seen that side of him in the work environment too. He's got a very big and generous heart, and he's always there available for everyone. And if you use the right words, he will cave. I've learned a lot from my father. He's been my hero and my idol since I was born. Everything he did, I wanted to do. I wanted to think like him and be like him. And I know a lot of you guys will probably say, don't do it. But, in my eyes, he's the perfect specimen of a father, of a role model. And I just always wanted to be like him. His execution of any task always mesmerized me, and I would always wonder how he knew exactly what to do at that time, at all times. Nothing was impossible for this man. I've seen how hard he has worked, struggled, and sacrificed to provide everything for his family. He's taught me the value of hard work and to not seek recognition or financial gains, but to seek the satisfaction that comes from a job that's well done and done correctly. When I first met a very close friend of his, who was also a superintendent who retired a few months ago, his name is Mr. Tacl. When I first met him, he asked me, "Do you work as hard as your father?" I said, "I'm definitely going to try." Next question he asked me, he's like, "Are you as smart as your father?" And I said, "No." I had to be honest. One foreman I was talking to told me, "You should see your dad in the morning meetings when the contractors are presenting. As they talk, he takes every one of their statements like a piece of string. And they keep talking, and he keeps collecting those strings, and he makes a noose. And then he asks one question, and basically puts the noose around their neck." So, it's everyone I've talked to at Aramco who knows my father has had only positive things to tell me. And I thank you all for the love and the respect that you have for my father. Respect is never given, it's always earned, and he has truly earned all your respect and your love over the past 42 years here. 42 years. 42 years. I mean, since 1973, this man has been here. How many of us were alive in 1973? How many were just learning how to walk or ride our bikes? How many were trying to figure out what to do with our lives or where to go for college? While many of us were busy with those dilemmas, Mr. Iqbal Ahmed was already ahead of the game, learning and redefining what drilling was. I know you all know the story that he came here in 1973, but do you know the intricate details of exactly what happened upon initial arrival? I'll try and make it quick, and I'll try and stick to the facts as best as I can remember them. So he arrived in 1973 and was hired as a petroleum engineer, and he told the supervisor, "I don't know anything about petroleum or drilling. I'm an electrical engineer by degree." So the supervisor, whose name I can't remember or don't know, said, "Well, you're here now, so you have two options. You stay and learn, or you go back home." So my dad stayed and was put into Sheba for 9 months. After the first 6 months were complete, without telling anyone, he just hopped on a charter flight back to Abqaiq and went back to his room or house or whatever he had at the time. Next morning, he was in the commissary and ran into a supervisor. The supervisor said, "What are you doing back here?" And my dad, never at a loss for words, said, "I'm out of cigarettes." So the supervisor replied, "Get what you need and go back." So my dad returned back to Sheba for another 3 months. So I asked him later when he told me the story, "You were in Sheba for 9 months, what did you do there?" He said, "I did everything and learned everything I possibly could." And to this day, we are seeing the results of that hard work and dedication. So my dad has now decided to call it a day and bring his 42 glorious years of service to a halt. But to me, he's like the sun. If he's not shining in the east, he'll shine in the west. I'm sure there's many more obstacles as he's yet to conquer, and given the chance, he'll get on a motorcycle again, if he can get away with it. And as I said before, it's hard to talk about my dad in just a few minutes. However, I cannot conclude this tribute without honoring one more very important individual. This person was the foundation of our family and the glue that held us all together. She was the rock, the powerhouse of the family, and she deserves equal, if not more, recognition for her role in our lives and my father's life. Who's sitting here today, and on behalf of myself, my brother, and my sister, thank you all. Thank you, Abu and Ami. I can't imagine life here without you, because for me, you guys are Ramco. And may Allah continue to give you a long and happy life back in Houston. I won't be there, but your other two children will be. I'm going to stay back here and try to carry the torch that you passed on. It's a big torch, and hopefully I won't set my tail on fire. But I promise you that I will do my best to honor and preserve your legacy and to make you proud. Thank you.